Hello, Spiritual Gangsters, and welcome back to another episode of the Spiritual Gangster Podcast. I'm your host, Amanda Pieraldi. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever checked your bank account and immediately felt your stomach tighten? Maybe a little anxiety, maybe a little guilt, maybe even a little shame. Yeah, you're not alone. Because for a lot of people, money isn't just numbers on a screen. Money carries stress. Money carries stories. Money carries beliefs we didn't even realize we inherited. Somewhere along the way, many of us learn that money equals security, or struggle, or survival. And if we're being honest, most of us were never actually taught how to have a healthy relationship with money. We were taught how to worry about it. We were taught how to chase it. And sometimes we were even taught how to fear it. But what if the real issue isn't just about how much money you make? What if the real issue is the relationship you have with it? Because money is one of the few things in life that can trigger our deepest fears about safety, success, worthiness, and control. So today we're talking about something that matters more than budgets, spreadsheets, or financial tips. Today we're talking about healing your relationship with money. Money is emotional. Whether we like it or not, it carries energy. It carries meaning. It carries history. Think about the messages you heard about money growing up. Maybe you heard things like, money doesn't grow on trees, or we can't afford that, or you have to work yourself to the bone to get ahead. Those phrases may all seem small, but when you hear them over and over, they quietly become belief systems. And belief systems eventually become behaviors. Maybe you feel guilty for spending money on yourself. Maybe you undercharge for your work. Maybe you avoid looking at your finances because it feels overwhelming. Or maybe you hold on tightly to every dollar out of fear that it could disappear. None of that makes you bad with money. It simply means you've inherited beliefs that may not serve you anymore. Another thing that comes up a lot around money is scarcity. Scarcity sounds like there's never enough, I'll never get ahead, or if I spend this, something bad will happen. Scarcity mindset makes money feel like oxygen, like if you lose it, you can't breathe. But abundance isn't about pretending bills don't exist or spending recklessly. Abundance simply is the belief that more is possible. It's the understanding that money can flow to you and through you, and that your opportunities are not limited as fear might make them feel. One of the biggest traps people fall into is saying their self-worth is their net worth. Somewhere along the way, society started telling us that success is measured by salary, houses, cars, and bank balances. But your value as a human being has nothing to do with those numbers. You can be financially struggling and still be wise, resilient, generous, and deeply powerful. And you can have money and still feel empty if you don't have a strong inner foundation. Money is a tool. It is not a measurement of your soul. Healing your relationship with money starts with awareness. Ask yourself, what did I learn about money growing up? Do I associate money with stress? Do I feel guilty spending money on myself? Do I believe I deserve financial stability and success? Sometimes we say we want more money, but deep down our subconscious beliefs say people like me don't have money. When those beliefs run in the background, they quietly sabotage opportunities. That's why awareness matters so much. When you notice the beliefs running the show, you finally have the power to change them. Gratitude also plays a big role in shifting your relationship with money. Instead of constantly focusing on what you don't have, start acknowledging what you do have. A roof over your head, food on the table, the ability to learn, grow, and create new opportunities. Gratitude doesn't ignore challenges. It simply reminds you that lack is not the whole story. Another important part of healing your relationship with money is learning to trust yourself. Trusting that you can make decisions. Trusting that you can recover from mistakes. Trusting that one financial setback does not define your future. Most of us were never taught financial literacy in school. We learn through trial and error, through mistakes, through experience, and that's okay. Healing your relationship with money is not about perfection, it's about progress. You are allowed to rewrite the story you inherited. Maybe your past included financial struggle. Maybe you watched people around you constantly stress about money. Maybe you've made decisions you wish you could redo. But your future does not have to mirror your past. You can choose new beliefs. Beliefs like, money can support my life. I am capable of learning financial wisdom. I deserve stability, growth, and opportunity. When those beliefs begin to shift, your behavior starts to shift too. You make decisions from clarity instead of fear. Here's something else I believe deeply. Money amplifies who you already are. If you are generous, money allows you to give more. If you're creative, money gives you resources to build. If you're purpose-driven, money can help you expand the impact of your work. Money itself is neutral. It's the intention behind it that gives it meaning. So instead of fearing money, resenting it, or chasing it desperately, try building a relationship with it that's rooted in respect and balance. Healing this relationship takes time, just like healing any other relationship in your life. Some days you'll feel confident. Some days old fears will show up again. But every time you choose awareness over avoidance, you're making progress. Every time you approach money with curiosity instead of shame, you're changing the story. If today's episode resonated with you, I want you to take one small step, just one. Maybe it's looking honestly at your finances without judgment. Maybe it's challenging an old belief you've carried for years. Or maybe it's simply reminding yourself that your worth has absolutely nothing to do with the number in your bank account. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to evolve. And you're allowed to build a life that feels financially and spiritually aligned. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this episode spoke to you, share it with someone who might need a little reminder that healing isn't just emotional or spiritual. Sometimes it's financial too. So in the meantime, stay grounded, stay growing, and stay a little bit gangster about protecting your peace. Until next time.